Welcome back to another episode of Motogp Mac, and today we're going to talk about saying goodbye to Suzuki. Now, this is not the first time that I remember Suzuki pulling out. I do remember them pulling out at the end of 2011. However, they quickly turned that around and came back in the end of 2014, if I'm not wrong. I think they did the last race with Randy DePunier, ahead of their first full season back in 2015 with Vinales and Aleix Espargaro. And one of the things that I love about Suzuki is the colours of their bike. For some reason it always just stands out to me, and it's definitely one of the bikes I always try and go see when I'm at a race or in the paddock. Try to get up close and just to have a look at the colour combination. For me, it's probably, and always have been, one of the prettiest looking bikes on the grid. Now, when they pulled out in 2011, they did say it was due to the economic turndown, so they didn't have the funding to do Motogp. This time they said it's more about creating sustainable transportation, etc., looking into the future. And I think that's just a polite way again of saying that they don't have the money to run a full MotoGP program over the next number of years, which is an awful pity. However, one of the things that really stuck with me for this whole season is that how committed they were to their riders. And as a team, you could see this team was not just a team, it was an absolute family. They were all in this together, working as hard for each other, even knowing that at the end of the season, you know, it was going to be game over. Suzuki brought new parts, new development parts to help their riders, who they absolutely idolized, get the job done and to finish as high in the championship as they could. Now, when they announced that they were moving out of MotoGP, they also announced that they were leaving the Endurance World Championship, which was also a shame as well, because Sylvain Guintoli, one of their test riders for MotoGP, was a main rider in the Endurance World Championship, and they've reversed that decision, and so it will be good to see Suzuki on that grid. I do also believe they are staying in the domestic championships, so like Moto America, BSB, etc. But for me, I think you could see the emotion with Davide Bravo, Livio Suppo towards the end of the year, and especially at the last race. It was full of emotion. You could see how but you could see it even with Alex Rins. You could see how visibly upset he was before starting his last race. And I think, if I'm very honest, taking 2 wins out of the last 3 races of the championship was a perfect way for Suzuki to end this stint in MotoGP. Do I think it's going to be their last stint? Absolutely not. I think Suzuki will come back. I think they will need to come back. I think they do have an awful lot of work that they need to do on their GSX-R road bikes. So I think maybe taking a couple of years off and going into and developing their bikes to bring them up to the standard that of the bikes that are now out there might be a good idea. But I do think they will definitely be back. So what I would love to know is, what is your favorite Suzuki memory? Also, I would just like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you that has subscribed, each and every one of you that has not subscribed but still watch the videos. You know, I started off this channel just to talk about motorbikes and MotoGP. It's far exceeded my expectations, and I just want to say thank you and wish everyone a happy new year. Don't forget though, definitely leave your favorite Suzuki moment since they've come back in the comments below, and I will see you again in next year's video.